Hey guys, so I'm still at my sister's, but today's video is going to be owning up to my pet mistakes. If you watch Friday's video, I did a video all on what makes someone a bad owner. I'll link that down below. But in that I talked about mistakes a lot, and I wanted to own up to my own mistakes because I am far from a perfect pet owner. I've made mistakes. And one thing we have to learn is making a mistake doesn't make you necessarily a bad owner. It depends what you do with your mistakes. If you fix them straight away, then it's nothing wrong. It's if you ignore that you're making a mistake and you don't bother to change, then that makes you a bad owner. But I'm going to link that video down below. And here are all the mistakes that I can think of and that I know I've done in the past. If any of my friends knows any other mistakes I've done, please message me and let me know. I'm not trying to hide anything. I was generally trying to think of right back when I got Gigi to now, so let's. Okay, so the first mistake is something I kind of touched base on Friday's video, and that is not giving hay to my rabbit. Now, I only did this when I first ever got Gigi, which was my first rabbit. I did not give her hay, and that was because I was uneducated. I did not do my research, and I was kind of just following off what my mum told. She was very old style back then, and when she had rabbits on our farm, because we used to live on a farm, hay wasn't really a thing back then. Like, they didn't really know to give hay. So yes, I will admit, for about the first month, I say, of owning Gigi, I did not give her hay. But I've obviously fixed that mistake. After a month, I obviously started giving her hay, and now my animals are always getting unlimited hay. So I have fixed the problem, but yes, that was a mistake I made at the start of my. Another mistake that I made was kind of relating to the hay thing, and that was with vegetation for my rabbit. Again, this was back with Gigi, and I did it for like the first month before I actually did research. And this definitely falls under the stereotypical rabbit. When you think of rabbit, you think of like Easter and cartoony. And come with that, I used to only give Gigi, my rabbit, cabbage. I feel like that's a very known thing in the cartoon world. Often when you see pictures of rabbits, it has a cabbage in the picture, or the rabbit's eating cabbage. It's just like a very well known thing, and I guess that's where my mum got the idea from and thought it was okay, because I mean that's all they advertise when it comes to rabbits and pets and things. So yes, for the first month or so, Gigi was just living off cabbage. And then my next mistake, which I'm going to. And my next mistake, including rabbit and dietary, is I used to give the loosened seed corn mix. You know, this stuff. Yes, I used to give that because I didn't know pellets were a thing, and I didn't know about proper dieting for rabbits. Now, I think they're really bad, and they are really bad if you don't know why. One, it's loosened mix, meaning the little bits of hay in there is loosened hay, and loosened hay should only be fed to rabbits 6 months and under because of the how calcium. It's also bad because that hay is so short, rabbits are not able to file down their teeth with the fibre, and it's not sufficient enough to aid in digestion. Also, it has things like corn and seeds, both of which rabbits cannot digest, and they do not have any nutritional value for a rabbit. So that is mistake. Going on to number 4, this is not really a rabbit one. In fact, it's a mouse mistake. If you don't know, I used to own mice in the past. I've owned 4 mice in the last 5 years of having pets. Before YouTube, and when I say before YouTube, I mean before 2018, because that's when I actually started my channel. I've deleted a lot of videos since then. I had a black male mouse named Matilda, and he lived up to 2.5, I'm pretty sure. And a big mistake I made with him, and also my trio of girls who, if you watched my last year's video, again they're probably removed because I've done a lot of clean outs on my channel and I've improved a lot on my channel. You would have seen them, but basically I had a trio of girl. And one thing I did that to me is a really big mistake, and it might not be a mistake to you, people might not see it, but for me it's like a pet peeve of mine, and that is ripping off the lids to hideaways. I did that a lot with my first mouse, Matilda, and that is wrong, and I'm going to explain why that's wrong. A lot of people will be like, I do that all the time, like nothing wrong with that. It's bad. A hide is there for them to hide, to get away from people and other things. It's their safe spot, it's their security area. So us going ahead and ripping the top off the hide is going to cause them a lot of anxiety. It can make them feel really unsafe, and it's just cruel. That's just like someone ripping the top off our houses and intruding. It's basically intruding their own privacy. So that is a very big no-no, and it's now one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate watching YouTubers do it because it's just not needed. You do not need to go ripping off hides unless it's an emergency, say you have to go to the vet or something. That's about the only time it's acceptable. Besides that, I forbid it. I will never do it to an animal. You would have seen that if you watched my scorpion enclosure video. Lavender was under her rock, and even though I was filming a video and it was a scorpion video, I refused to ever lift the hide off. It's a very big pet peeve, and it's actually just really cruel. Could you imagine having no privacy? People were just allowed to walk into your house per se. It's kind of the same thing, and we shouldn't be doing it to the animals. And the last one, and I'm putting this as a last one because I have explained my whole story and I have touched base on this. This is no secret on my channel. But yes, I have supported a pet store, and as you know, supporting pet stores is something that you do not want to do. You are fueling the trade. You're not saving any animal, except how I saved Cloudy. I'm gonna link both the breeding mill video, why you shouldn't support pet stores, Nala's video, because Nala, I did support a pet store buying Nala, and then Cloudy's birthday video, because in that I explained how I actually rescued him from a pet store. They made no profit. So I'm going to link all them videos down below. So if you're a bit confused or if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go down and click the links below and it will tell you everything. I have a breeding mill video explaining pet stores and where they actually get the animals from. I have Nala's birthday video where I was grooming her. I explained her story, a bit about her and stuff. So you can go to that video and get her full buying story. So yes, I have supported a pet store, but since Nala, I have never supported a pet store since then. I've either rescued or bought from breeders. So yes, that is my last pet mistake.